Hi everyone, my name is Natasha Telfer. I am born and raised in Perth, Western Australia. I'm a 27 Australian Anglo-Indian 4-year Muslim convert. I'm the founder of Women's Unity Movement and I'm an 8-year survivor of domestic violence. My domestic violence situation started when I was in high school. I was 14 years old getting into my first relationship. It basically started from the get-go after a few months of getting into the relationship itself, and I've always been a person that would look at other relationships that there was domestic violence, or seen movies or heard songs and just think, how could a girl be so stupid to get into that kind of relationship? Why would she stay? Why wouldn't she leave? And obviously on my part, that was very judgmental, and I was young, of course, but having experienced and been in a domestic violence relationship, and as well as it being for 8 to 9 years, it changes you completely. Once you're in that relationship, only then do you actually understand how hard it is to get out. There's so many factors involved, whether it be children, whether it be love for the person, whether it be hope and basically praying and trusting in them to change. There's so many different factors. I've experienced quite a few varieties of domestic violence, whether it's been mentally, emotionally, physically, and as well as sexually. Sometimes I've experienced 2 or the 4 together at the same time, and at other times it could have been a quite frequent basis, or it could be a weekly basis, and sometimes it was a daily basis depending on what type of abuse I was receiving. The most common was physical and verbal abuse, and the way it changes you, I can't explain it in a video. I mean, I'm someone that's naturally very bubbly, very out there, very people person, loved by many, and I basically went and I was turned into someone that was closed off from my family, closed off from my friends, didn't make time to see anyone, speak to anyone. 1, because I wasn't allowed to by my ex, but 2, because I was made to feel like I don't need them, I just needed him. He was my everything. He was as good as my life was going to get, and that was basically my life, was just him, revolved around him. And me having been, again, 14, being a virgin, with getting with him, it was something so exciting for him. He could just, I was like a novelty factor. He could just wrap me around his finger, tell me to jump and I would jump, tell me to, whatever he wanted to tell me to do, I would go and do for him. But the most important thing that I can say is that you're never alone. You always have someone, whether it's not your family or friends. There's always so many organizations such as Grace, such as other communities and organizations around the world, no matter what country you're in, and you should never feel like you're alone. That's one of my biggest regrets, is not having anyone around me at that time that I was going through my domestic violence trauma, not feeling like I could speak to anyone, I could trust anyone, and not knowing who to turn to or what organizations there were available to me. So that was going back about 10, 11 years now. So there are so many organizations, like I said, such as Grace and other communities these days that you can turn to that will help you, whether it's, helping to give you advice, whether it's helping to give you some shelter, whether it's helping you, in order to get out, whether you have children, whether it's about helping raise money to get you out of the situation. Just never ever feel like you're alone. You always have someone to talk to. I, for one, am someone you can talk to if you feel like you want to speak to someone that's been through domestic violence and you don't have anyone around you that has. You can contact me. My name is below, or you can contact me via my business, Women's Unity Movement. But I'd like to thank Grace for this amazing opportunity, for letting me come and speak to you a little bit about my experience, what I've been through, and just where I am today. As you can see, I'm very happy, very bubbly, very smiley. I'm back to my normal self, and don't ever feel like your life is just stopped there and this is as good as it's gonna get, because trust me, I, along with many other women in Australia and worldwide, are clear examples that you can break free of domestic violence. You should not have to put up with it, and you will live a better life and have a better life. Thanks for watching.